Welcome to the Notorious DID. This is Solara. Today, I have a serious question to ask you. Have you ever despised somebody so much that just saying thank you makes you sick to your stomach? I knew for a fact that I did not like Kay in any way, shape, or form. I've mentioned her before in my thieving relatives video. But today, Kay did something specifically further unforgivable. I'm not going to go into those details yet, but I'm sure I will at some point. But literally, I despise Kay. Just the thought of her makes me sick to my stomach. Me having to thank her for something makes it even worse. Like I just want to curl up, spit and die. You know what makes it worse? Is that she likes to act like there is nothing wrong. Like she's just the sweetest, kindest, most caring, compulsive liar. She leaves that part out. That exists. Yes, that's right. Kay is also a compulsive liar. She will tell everybody that will listen rotten, horrible things about her family that they've done to her that never happened. And try and make herself look like she's just an abused person. And poor her, because sympathy is a key thing for whatever sickness she has. There is absolutely no way that there is any medications or professionals on this earth that could ever fix her fucked up. I cannot even explain to you how fucked up Kay actually is. And does not acknowledge it, realize it, lives in her own fucking world where everything is sunshine and rainbows. Well, guess what? That world actually looks like a big dump. And that's the way I feel about her. She's a big dump. As a matter of fact, that might even be insulting a big dump, if that gives you any perspective. To change the topic for a hot second, yes, I know, my background looks ghetto. Nobody said anything, but I know it does. I have a board to make a different background, which I plan on making a different background. However, I have not gotten around to that with the wonder that is my life. So, sooner or later, I will get around to that, however. I know at this point, I should give some background on who Kay is. Kay is a direct relative that I have had the unfortunate lifespan of being around most of my life. Kay is a very selfish, compulsive liar, steals from her own relatives, lies more than she breathes, a very sick individual who also feeds on sympathy, feeds on, I guess, as a part of that sympathy, is a complete hypochondriac. And it's about me. But what about me? If you happen to mention you don't feel well, well, I have that same exact thing, only I have bones protruding out the back of my head, and I just feel awful. I feel worse than you do, I'm sure. What about me? Poor me. I only wish that I was making it up. I only wish that it wasn't that severe. Literally, she'll say she has internal bleeding when she's literally just tapped her arm. She'll say that she has bones that are floating around in her body mysteriously that have been chipped off. The only thing that's chipped off is her brain. I don't know what is up there, but it's mush. It is the thing that psychologists would love to get a hold of. That's all I can say. And coming from me, that says quite a bit. But we are in our position a lot due to her, due to Kay, and her psychosis, and her sickness. And even worse, I am so mad at myself every single day because when I was younger, I would leave. And then I would end up back. Leave, end up back. Leave, end up back. After I had my daughter, I thought it was a source of stability that I could not provide, or that I could provide more for my daughter if I was around relatives. This was the biggest mistake I've ever made. And now in my 40s, I'm sitting here and rueing the day that I actually made those decisions, and my daughter has paid for and is paying for them as well. That's probably the very worst thing. It's worse than any seizures I could have. It's worse than any sickness that I have. It's worse than any of the D.I.D. It's worse than any components that come with it, because I am responsible, solely responsible, based on decisions I made, for my daughter being uncomfortable, for my daughter, her happiness being altered through a lot of things. One, that I wasn't aware of before, and two, that I know. And this brings fury and rage through through several of us. Definitely me, definitely Laura. It brings a disgust, a hatred for Kay that we should have had in the first place. But now, because our daughter is involved, it is clearly and concisely a despicable hatred. And it makes me sick to my stomach when I have a decency within me that I feel I need to say thank you for something that Kay has done. And it makes me sick. And again, is the reason why one of my favorite songs is by SS501, Because I'm Stupid. I have to play it constantly to remind myself, you're an idiot and you caused this. I'll leave the link up below again. Please feel free to listen to it. Like, share, subscribe, comment. If you comment that I'm a complete fool, that I am Boo Boo the Fool today, I will agree. I will absolutely agree. Thank you for joining us on our journey with D.I.D. We hope for you to join our community and stick with us. This has been Solara. Bye.